Google just launched the Pixel 11, and at first glance, it looks like another smartphone. New chip, better cameras, new display technology. But Google isn't really trying to sell you a better phone. It's trying to change what a phone actually does. Because the Pixel 11 can use Gemini to do things for you, from helping with tasks to ordering products, booking rides, and even calling businesses on your behalf. And that creates a much bigger question. What happens when your phone stops waiting for you to use it and starts doing things for you? Two things make this launch different. First, Google launched 4 Pixel 11 phones, including the Pixel 11 Pro Fold, with its new Tensor G6 chip at the center of the lineup. Second, Google has put Gemini Intelligence directly at the center of the experience. And third, the regular Pixel 11 starts at $899, while the Pixel 11 Pro starts at $1,099. So Google isn't positioning this as a cheap experiment. It's betting that people will pay premium smartphone prices for a fundamentally different kind of phone. But here's the interesting part. We've had voice assistants for years. Siri can answer questions. Google Assistant can control smart home devices. Alexa can play music. So why should this new generation of AI actually matter? What's different about Gemini Intelligence? The answer is action. Traditional assistants mostly wait for a command. You ask a question, they give you an answer. But Google is pushing Gemini towards something more proactive. For example, Google says Gemini on Pixel 11 can help users order groceries, book rides or coffee, and even call businesses to make reservations or appointments. You can also take over or stop those tasks. That's a major shift. The phone isn't just giving you information anymore. It's attempting to complete the task. And that creates the next question. How much control are we willing to give our phones? For the last 15 years, smartphone competition has been relatively predictable. Apple improves the iPhone, Samsung improves Galaxy, Google improves Pixel, better cameras, faster processors. But those improvements are becoming harder for ordinary people to notice. A phone from several years ago can already do almost everything most people need. So the next smartphone war needs something different. And Google thinks that difference is AI. So the real question isn't, is the Pixel 11 better than the Pixel 10? Can Google make the smartphone useful in ways we've never experienced before? Imagine getting a message saying your flight changed. Instead of opening multiple apps, searching for another flight and making the booking yourself, your AI could potentially help handle the process. That's the direction Google is taking Gemini. The phone becomes an interface between you and dozens of services. And if that works reliably, the app itself becomes less important. But there's a problem. The more your AI can do, the more you have to trust it. The second change is personalization. Google isn't simply putting a chatbot on the Pixel. It's trying to make Gemini understand your context and help with everyday tasks. That means the smartphone could gradually move from, "What do you want me to search for?" to, "What are you trying to accomplish?" That's a much bigger ambition. But it also means your AI needs access to more information about you. Your messages, your purchases, your conversations. And that raises the biggest question of all. How helpful should an AI become before it becomes too invasive? And here's the biggest insight from the Pixel 11 launch. Google isn't really trying to make you buy another phone. It's trying to convince you that the smartphone you've been carrying for years has been fundamentally misunderstood. We thought the smartphone was the product. But Google is betting that the real product is becoming the AI living inside it. The hardware is increasingly becoming the doorway. The intelligence is becoming the reason to enter. And if Google succeeds, the consequences could be enormous. Your phone could eventually arrange appointments, manage travel, shop for you, organize information, and coordinate tasks across dozens of apps without you manually opening each one. At that point, the smartphone stops being primarily a tool you operate. It becomes something closer to a digital assistant that operates on your behalf. But there's one thing Google still has to prove. Will people trust AI enough to let it take action in the real world? The Pixel 11 may look like another smartphone upgrade, but underneath the new camera and new chip is a much bigger bet. Google wants your phone to stop being something you use and start being something that works for you. And if that future actually arrives, the biggest smartphone war may no longer be about Apple versus Google. It could be about who gets to control the AI between you and the digital world. So here's the question. Would you let your phone make purchases, book appointments, and handle everyday tasks for you? Or would you rather stay in control? Let me know what you think.